In this video, I'm going to show you 3 ways you can cut latex foam. A pair of sturdy shears, an electric carving knife, and an upholstery saw. Cutting latex foam with an upholstery saw will be something that most professional upholsterers will be familiar with. It's not so very different than cutting urethane foam, just a little more stretchy. The first thing to do, of course, is draw your line. And just remember with latex, the holes are not always in a straight line, and they're not always where you want to cut. So don't use the holes as a guide for cutting. I'll start with the upholstery saw. This particular one definitely requires earplugs. Latex is a little bit stretchier than most upholstery foams, so as you begin your cut, remember not to push too hard or force it. Just let the saw do the work. I usually end up backing off a couple of times before I get the full depth of the cut started. And this is especially true with the softer foams, which tend to be more stretchy. Sometimes I find it helpful to pull the foam away from the base of the saw as I'm cutting. A little bit of vibration here gives you a good illustration of what this saw feels like to run, but I think this one runs rougher than most. You can see we end up with a nice clean cut. Cutting latex foam with an electric carving knife is a great alternative if you don't have an upholstery saw. I recommend it for any foam that's thicker than about 1.5 inches. To get an even perpendicular cut with this method, I like to draw my cutting line all the way around the foam. Begin your cut just as if you were cutting a pound cake. In general, the firmer the foam, the easier it is to cut. So a very soft foam will be more like cutting a sponge cake. Just work your way from top to bottom and front to back until you're all the way through. Not quite as clean as the upholstery saw, but a few imperfections certainly won't compromise the outcome of your finished cushion. Cutting latex foam with shears or scissors is the easiest way to cut thinner foams. This method works best with foams less than 2 inches. You'll need a pair of sturdy, sharp, 8 to 10 inch long shears. This pair I'm using is 9 inches long, and I'm cutting a 1¼ inch thick piece of foam. Thanks so much for watching. To see more natural upholstery tips, be sure to subscribe to this channel.